This is Joe Crispin, former Penn State and professional basketball player. You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
I think you said that he could have gotten more separation.
There were some technique fundamentals in receiver that weren't perfect in the 80s. I had to throw in a few points of criticism.
What was it like playing in March Madness? I mean, we have it going on right now.
But playing it was amazing. I mean, like, that's kind of your whole goal is to just be a part of that. It's such a special thing where the whole country is tuning in and anything is really possible, you know.
You know, my optimistic side said, like I said, that we're going to be okay. We just had a bad game. We were probably experimenting a little bit, ran into a good team. So.
If Miami came to our house, we would probably, if anything, win. We wouldn't get blown out.
When you first started playing football, you know, did you always want to play in college?
No, I was growing up. I was a big baseball guy. Loved baseball. And then 8th grade, I remember I got a call from my uncle, Coach Nagel. He's like, hey, I got the job. And I was just like, all right, I'll play football for you.
You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. It's as honest and as raw as sports talk can be. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
Hey, everybody, this is Greg Garrity.
So Anthony Lottie will punt it away from the 41. Greg Garrity is the deep man for Penn State at the 10-yard line.
Former Penn State receiver and 2016 Big Ten champion. You're listening to the best Penn State Nittany Lion podcast, the Mark Lesko Podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome in to another episode of Steelers Central, joined by Jerrod Miller. Once again, Jerrod, welcome back on.
Hey, guys. It's great to be back. It's happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Yep. Merry Christmas, everyone. I wanted to do a Christmas episode. Podcast never stops. And Brett can't come on, which is fine.
Uh-oh.
It'd be great to have him on. But, you know, it's Christmas Day, and I know he's going to see his family and stuff. Everybody say Merry Christmas to Brett, too.
Merry Christmas, Brett.
I'm messaging him right now. But, yeah, he's see his niece and nephew, and I'll get to do that today. Now that I'm older, man, like, I like Christmas just as much as I always did as a kid and stuff. It's not the same when you're an adult, but, for me, seeing family, that's like the best part, you know.
Yeah.
You used to want gifts, but now I just want to give gifts to, my family and stuff. I'm not going to give too many details. I don't want people to know too much about my personal life. I always tell Jerrod and Brett, don't ever say any personal stuff on here because you never know who's listening. But yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody, and hope Santa came, and because Santa is 100% real and he still brings gifts, and so
yes, sir.
I was tracking him last night, man. The NORAD tracker, man,
Yeah.
He was, he gave out it was up to 6 billion gifts, almost 7 billion he gave out, and when I was watching him around 9:00, he was in Florida and Georgia, and then at 1:00, because I was at a Christmas party, and he was in Mexico, he was in Guatemala, he was all over the place, man.
He can be anywhere.
He was everywhere. So, I was saying this to someone last night. I said I'm surprised they don't have updates on the local paper. Like Santa was in State College at so and so time. But as kids, they'd say, you got to get to bed. Santa's coming, but if Santa knows if you're in bed, Santa knows if you're in bed or not, so he's not going to come until you go to bed, so he'll come back.
Right.
But, yeah, man, big game. Steelers Chiefs. We predicted it, Jerrod, at the beginning of the year that we would win this game.
Yeah.
I remember I think we both were like 13-4 or 12-5. That was pretty much our prediction on the season.
I think I had them at 13-4, but yeah, I so far it can still happen, but it's definitely got to win out kind of ordeal.
Yeah. Well, we lost to Cleveland on the road, which should have never happened. That kind of put a wrench in it. That was really stupid. But they lost that game.
Well, we had some time, and again, we haven't done a show in a while. We've had time to process the debacle that was last week. I mean, that was about as, to pardon my French, on Christmas, it was piss poor as you could pretty much get for a performance from the other team. Again, it was on the road. It was against Lamar and company. They could not stop Derrick Henry to save their lives. I mean, you might as well have tried to put a Mack truck in front of them as the option outside of them, because they couldn't stop anything. They were a bunch of pieces of paper that he was just coming through. I mean, and again, it was in Baltimore. I understand those types of losses, but the Philadelphia one, it was very let down. It was like they just knew that they were not the better team on that field. I mean, they held Saquon Barkley to so many yards rushing. I was so impressed, but then it was Jalen Hurts just having the greatest game of his life. I was like, that was the thing I knew we needed to do in order for us to win, was to make him throw. And for some reason, it was just everything was landing. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and I don't know if Jahan Dotson was really in on it, but everybody that was pretty much a part of the offense was just clicking for the Eagles. But again, your bad losses are always going to, showcase, the good teams are always going to reveal things. And that's the thing that's really disturbing me right now, where it's like, this is the time where you're supposed to show something and they ain't doing it. I mean, it's unfortunate that we're now in the same boat as we were last year, where it's like you beat up on the bad teams, and when the good teams show up or when you need to step up, it's not happening. And again, I really don't understand Arthur Smith's game plan at all when it comes to the tight end usage, because again, you don't have wide receivers. Why aren't you using your tight ends? Why are you not using the middle of the field? It's really starting to bug me how it's like you are deliberately keeping out Darnell and Pat out of the conversation. Like, where is the appreciation for that position? Because right now that is looking like your best option, and you're for some reason not using it. So today, I mean, yeah, the Chiefs have a very good defense. I mean, that is always something that you pride with for them in this regard. Like Patrick Mahomes is like the greatest quarterback of his generation. It's not even a question. So it's definitely like, you try to contain an all-star like that, like a mega star like him. And again, you can do everything right and it doesn't matter. Like, he'll find a way. He will use whatever ounce of uses he has in his legs. He will find a way to get it to Travis Kelce. Like, it just somehow it just always works out. And again, you're talking about, we're fans of the sport. We don't have any journalistic biasm in anything, because we can say there are times where I feel like the refs might as well just wear Kansas City Chief uniforms. I mean, it just seems like they've got everyone saying this is how the NFL is supposed to look. The Chiefs are always supposed to be relevant because Patrick Mahomes is involved. Travis Kelce's girlfriend is always going to be on television. So we have to give those fans a reason to like this team and watch them. And again, I'm not saying that this is an exception because it's in Pittsburgh, but come on. This is now a very dire situation, because we lost that game against the Ravens, and they're both 10-5. We got to somehow just win out and just take this division. We need a home field win. I want to see a playoff game in Pittsburgh again. And the only way we're going to win one is if it's in Pittsburgh. So it's got to be done in some way, shape, or form. But again, we've got so many injuries. It's just so deflating when you guys got, on defense, you have Deshaun Elliott that's not playing. I think Larry Ogunjobi is banged up. Again, little things like that really do make up your offense and defensive line. And it's just the offensive line, cannot seem to hold anything back. So it's like Russ has either got to scramble or take a sack. And it just, there are a lot of things that go with with Pittsburgh where it's like you cannot make any mistakes. Like you got to be perfect. And right now, the play calling is now being put into question where it wasn't really the case. But yeah, now you're playing good teams, and now it's like you're getting exposed left and right. And I'm not saying that Pittsburgh is not a good team, but it is becoming more apparent that the good teams just are that for a reason. And it's like, shoot, I thought we were too, but again, we're limited with Arthur Smith not doing what he's supposed to do, which is open up the field. And again, Najee and Jalen can only do so much. And with the line like they have, it's really becoming a question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, again, it's Steelers and Penn State. They're always the same, and we're going to get your thoughts on Penn State.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But Joey Porter Jr.'s out, which that hurts because he's the man.
Yeah, and we were bragging up Corey Trice. I thought, man, having Corey Trice would have a great option at cornerback. He got smoked every other play against the Ravens. It was bad.
Yeah, and another thing too, George Pickens will be back, which is nice. We do need him.
We do.
Chiefs, obviously, the Chiefs are good. They're good pretty much at everything, but I don't know if Joey Porter Jr. being out will impact this game too much. We're pretty good in the secondary, but it's not like TJ Watt's out. The Chiefs are good, like I said, at everything, but the passing game, I think we can win regardless of Joey Porter Jr. being out, and it's nothing against him. He's a phenomenal player, but who we need is George Pickens playing, and we need TJ Watt. That's who we need truly to win this game. I mean, I think we'll be okay in the secondary, but yeah, issues on the offensive line. You're right about the tight end usage. I don't know what they're doing there. I mean, Pat Freiermuth is who, and I've said in the past, like, I think he could be doing more, but he is very good. And, they need to use him more for sure. Why they don't, I don't know. But, yeah, you're right, man. Like, they need to utilize the tight end more. Against the Eagles, that was pretty frustrating because the offense pretty much lost us that game. I mean, the defense can only do so much against a powerhouse offense like that.
Right.
Let me pull up the box score on that one. But yeah, Saquon, we held him down pretty good. And Saquon, I pray that he gets the rushing record. Please God, I hope he does. But he had against us he had 65 yards rushing, no touchdowns.
No touchdowns. I mean, come on.
Devontae had a touchdown. Yeah.
Look at that.
So
110, 109. I mean, oh my God. Cornerbacks got smoked so bad.
I mean, Saquon, like, the fact that they shut him down is pretty amazing. But again, they score 2 more touchdowns and a field goal, they can win. So it's clearly an offensive issue here.
But look at this on the other side. You saw the rushing numbers, and for Russell, I mean, look at that. I mean, that just shows you how ridiculous the Philadelphia defense is. I mean, I knew that they had a good defense too, but man, they showed up in such a huge way. I was shocked how they just completely limited everything. So as much as we see 13 points, I mean, that was because of what? Interception, and we were able to use like that much short of the field. And it's like, that was all we could do. And who got the touchdown? Pat Freiermuth. And he had to basically contort so much just to get that ball to go. So I'm saying it's in the past, you had Tom Brady throwing to Rob Gronkowski. In the past, you have Patrick Mahomes throwing to Travis Kelce. Why is that not a good formula? I mean, I'm sorry. I know Russell Wilson and them can throw the ball. So it's like you can't have Pat Freiermuth be your star receiver. I mean, there's just no reason for you not to utilize what is clearly a good weapon for you. He is a good tight end, but they, for some reason, do not want to show that. I just don't get it.
Yeah. You know, I don't know, man. You know, they, like I said, the offensive calling, the offensive plan, obviously the run blocking is pretty bad. And Najee's a good running back. I mean, he's not as good as he should be, but he's never really had that great of blocking. I mean, it's a combination. He doesn't have the best vision. He doesn't have much agility either. So, you know, it's a combination. Sometimes the blocking's good, and then he's got great legs. I mean, he's got powerful freaking legs. I mean, he's a Mack truck too, man. Like his legs are insane.
I saw one time they interviewed, like a couple years ago, Kenny Pickett, Najee. I think it was on a Cam Hayward podcast thing on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and they sat beside each other. No, it was Mitch Trubisky. It was Mitch Trubisky and Najee getting interviewed by Cam Hayward, and you just see these two guys sit there, and I mean, Mitch Trubisky's legs are about that big, and then you look over at Najee, it's like dear God, man. You could make two human beings out of his thighs. Like, oh, holy crap.
Yeah.
He was huge.
Yeah, it's like Saquon. Like, when I saw him in person, man, like, his legs are insane. I mean,
yeah.
Like I said, I've seen his legs in person. They are, it's unbelievable how big his legs are. Like, you're like, how do they even look like that? I mean, he's a combination of Earl Campbell and Barry Sanders. He always was like that. Earl Campbell was, you know, holy crap, man, he was built, and that's the way Saquon's legs are, but he can move like Barry Sanders, you know, like that's the crazy part about Saquon. And I hope now that Josh Allen, I don't know the latest on him, but I think he's hurt and he's out.
Oh wow.
You don't want to wish that upon an athlete, but I hope because of this that Saquon has a better chance of winning the MVP because he totally deserves it. I think Josh Allen's on a different planet right now, like in terms of what he's doing. I mean, he had 6 touchdowns against Detroit, I think.
That was nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my vote personally. I mean, again, I would love nothing more than a running back win the MVP. A non-quarterback, I would love to see that. I get that it's basically the quarterback reward. But yeah, if anyone's going to have a shot, it would definitely be Saquon. I just think that when you know that the dude is that talented, when he came out of Penn State and he went to the Giants, I just thought to myself, you know, I really hate the system where it's like the best players in college football go to the worst NFL teams because they need help. It's like, well, first off, that's not going to help the player. I don't care. Like, you would basically have to be like Mr. Utility and somehow create an entire team based on your skills in order for that to go down. Like, I just think it's an unrealistic expectation for one guy to come in and be this new star. And everyone, again, it's just all about bringing fans in. And like, you have now this big, massive player, but then it's like you come and watch it in person. And it's like, well, I'm not watching what you guys are selling because the other things that need to be addressed, the entire line, the entire defense, like it's like just because a running back can make or break like some offensive things does not mean that it's going to guarantee you a better team. Like, I just don't understand guys that have to go through that system. And poor Saquon, for the first 5 years of his career, 6, whatever it was, you know, watching him sort of make the playoffs because even again, that's the thing, how talented the dude is. The Giants did make the playoffs, 2-3 years out of his tenure? I was like, dang, that is impressive despite all the hangups they have. And then he went to Philadelphia. The minute I heard that he was going to Philadelphia, I'm like, my cousins are going to be so darn happy. Everyone that is involved with the organization, the entire division just got completely shook up. Like, because everyone was talking about how great Dak Prescott and the Cowboys always had a good record, but they never did anything, but they were always winning that division. And now it's like, they're going to be good for at least the next 4 or 5 years. So, but again, you talk about the whole NFL, but the Commanders did just beat the Eagles. They beat them 36-33, but that was mostly because Jalen Hurts got hurt and they had to bring in Kenny Pickett. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have any love lost for that whole thing. Like the fact that he had to go into that game against that Commanders team. Yeah, I know they only lost by 3, but that's just, that's what you got, guys. So thank you for giving us Peyton Wilson, because that was the pick we got from the Eagles for getting Kenny Pickett. So that's the best rookie for us, I personally think. I mean, everyone talks about Zach Frazier, great center. I think it's a great addition for us, but Peyton Wilson has been doing some pretty spectacular things for that defense. So it's good things, bad things, but it all together just seems like it never fuses together, dude. I mean, again, we're talking about the Steelers always having a great run scheme and a great defense. But you know what? Those things keep getting hurt. Our offensive line is never healthy. I'm not saying we can't win today, but geez, it just seems like everything that can go against you is constantly having to always be exposed, and you never know how to fix it. Guys like Russell Wilson, he's on the last legs of his career. Cam Hayward, he's playing like 10 years younger than him, but who knows next season if he can bring that again. I'm saying the windows are really closing for the Steelers to give these guys who have been there for so long. You're talking about the Bills that never had a Super Bowl. The Lions never had a Super Bowl. These are teams that everyone's rooting for. And I really hate that it's like, I'm a Steeler fan where it's like, I want to root for these guys, but I also want another Super Bowl myself. Like, I mean, it's been 15 years since they've been in one. So it just seems like they're always good enough to be in the conversation, but you never are actually going anywhere. I just feel like it's just a big party that you're just got invited to, but you're not actually there based on why you should be there. Like, it's just the name itself. I love my Steelers, but like they always seem like they have to be relevant. And every year, dude, they always put this team 3rd or 4th in pre-season rankings and all that stuff. And we're always, wow, the Steelers are just so surprising. Dude, it's not a surprise. This team and this entire organization has built itself on always having the best options at any disposal, whether it's trade, whether it's the draft. But again, how good is it? It always gets exposed at some point. It's so frustrating to know that you could be the best thing, but then it's like the smoke and mirrors go away and it's nothing at all. It's like they're the best magicians when it comes to like giving us something we think is there and it's actually not. It's just we should might as well be called Pittsburgh mirages, like, because we just seem like something is there, but when you get it there, it's not there at all. Like, I hope I'm proven wrong, dude, but it just seems like I don't want to be one and done in this playoff. But as of right now, like, this is the only scenario you can think of. If they lose out and they go 10-7, we are playing Buffalo again in Buffalo. It's deja vu. It's just, and then some guys are hurt. It's like, it's not a 100% healthy team. So I'm just saying, it's every year it comes back down to this, like, oh, I thought we had something and it never shows it. So, but yeah, we could somehow pull it off. And again, the Bengals will be headhunting next week and you just hope that you're prepared for it. But yeah, like we could easily win a game like that. The defense for the Bengals is atrocious. Like, so we could easily win a game like that, go 12-5, and then we would face a team like either, I think, Los Angeles or Denver. I think it's like whoever gets that 6 or 7, because I know it's either going to be Los Angeles or Denver as the 6th or 7th seed. So whoever's 6th is going to play us, and whoever is 7th is going to play Buffalo. That would be the final. And now again, I don't know what Buffalo's schedule. It looks like it's the Patriots and the Dolphins, so I don't think they'll have a problem. So they should win out. They should get the 2nd seed. We would get the 3rd best case scenario, and we would face a team like Denver, who we did beat at the beginning of the season, but that was rookie Bo Nix, like with rookie jitters in the first couple weeks. Like, I think we won that game 13-10. I'm just saying, dude, it's definitely. There's so many different scenarios where it's like, do we have any reason for being there? It's like, we're not the healthiest team. We just don't show things the way we should. But again, in the playoffs, it could be completely different. So I'm just hoping that what we have been going through is a learning process. And if we could just figure out a way to get things right, then yeah, I think we do still have a chance to be a playoff team. maybe pushed for the Super Bowl. I don't know, dude. I want to say yes, but you know what the injuries do to your confidence, and getting through that, it's tough. And again, a team like the Buffalo Bills, it's like they're there, dude. They have everything going, and they need to like make it all the way, so they'll find a way to win. And the Ravens, dude, again, that's another team where it's like they have so much to prove, so much, because Lamar Jackson has won 2 MVPs in his league, and he has yet to get to a Super Bowl. Like, that's a problem for an MVP, dude. I mean, I'm sorry, but I feel like that right there just is a huge issue when you have a guy who has gotten all these accolades, but he has never made it to the big show. So, yeah, the Steelers have a lot of work cut out for them.
Dude, Lamar Jackson, man, like, I have a lot of respect for him and his just unreal athleticism. I mean, he is a freak, man. Like,
yeah, he is a football player. He knows a lot about football. I totally understand what you mean by that.
Yeah, and the thing about him, like there's guys that are athletes that play quarterback because they're so good.
Yeah.
He is one of those players, but he's pretty darn good at quarterback. I mean, he's pretty accurate too. But
yeah,
he's a freak athlete. Like, he could play anywhere.
Right.
I
mean, I'm not saying anything about his intelligence off the field, but on the field, he seems like he knows his stuff. Yes, he has a great football mind. Yes.
Yeah, and I've heard good things about him as a person, as a leader. He's a good character guy. Yeah, he's just I remember him in high school, man. Like, he was like that in high school. But you know, here's another thing too. All right. So all right. So if we don't win today and we win next week, we're 10-6. Or I'm sorry. Yes, right? Is that what we would be? 10-6? Or 11-6, I'm sorry. 11-6, all right. So we're at 11-6, and then the Ravens, they play the Texans today, okay? They need to lose. I don't think they're going to lose to Cleveland again. They lost to them the first time. So we want to win today and next week, and we want the Ravens to lose today, at least today, because I don't think they're losing next week.
Yeah.
And the thing about the Texans right now is Tank Dell got severely hurt. I was listening to a podcast the other day. A doctor was breaking down his injury.
Yeah, that was vicious. That was bad.
Yeah. And the way that injury is, he'll be lucky if he can walk right again. He's probably never playing football again.
Yep. I saw him. So getting on that stretcher was awful.
Yeah. So for football purposes, that's a huge loss for them because he's a great player.
Yep.
And the podcast I was listening to, the guy that has it actually coached Tank Dell in JUCO. So, and the doctor they had on, they said it's worse than Nick Chubb's knee injury. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, that is bad.
Nick Chubb's leg, I knew it wasn't as bad as it looked. It was pretty much a dislocation, but it was just facing the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And knees are very dangerous. The thing about Tank Dell's injury is I don't know if the artery was hit. I don't think it was, because there would have been more stuff going on in order to get him into surgery immediately. Because Alex Smith, he almost lost his leg. Alex Smith.
Dude, that was the one I was thinking of when you were bringing up all these. Like, that injury, I could not believe he even started walking again. I mean, let alone play football. That was insane.
The fact that he came back is pretty amazing. But the Joe Theismann injury, he snapped his leg clean in half. And at that time, there was no way he was coming back. I mean, even in '95 when John Carter tore his ACL, even then, later than Joe Theismann injury, if you tore your ACL, your career was pretty much done. You were never going to be the same. Today, I mean, look at Saquon. He's tore his ACL, and he's a freak. You know what I mean? So it's different now. Science is different. But Alex Smith injury was very serious. He literally almost lost his leg, and then he came back and played again, and he did pretty good. I think they made the playoffs under him, which is insane.
That was with the Commanders.
And his leg is bad. Like, it looks horrible. Like, it looks bad. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like it's mangled. You know what I mean? Because it was such a serious injury. Nick Chubb, like I said, I knew it wasn't as bad as it looked, but that was pretty much facing the wrong direction. And he's a big guy. Tank Dell is a little guy. I mean, he's 165 pounds. Like, he's a little guy. I knew that injury was bad because of just the way it looks. You know, I was kinesiology, minor, like I knew some anatomy and stuff like that. I was a trainer for a long time. Like that injury right there, it's not life-threatening because when you hurt your knee, when your knee gets hurt like that, you can literally die. I mean, it can kill you. So it wasn't like artery damage in that leg, but it was bad enough. I knew it was bad enough that he's probably done. I don't know if he's ever playing football again, but I only bring that up because that's a huge loss for them. And the Ravens play them today, so we need the Ravens to lose today. And okay, so we'll just try to be as realistic as we can. All right, so we lose today, and we win next week. The Ravens, I think they'll lose today, hopefully, but they're not going to lose next week. All right, so what are we looking at here? If it's if we're 11-6 and the Ravens are 11-6, I think we both have to hold the same record to win the division.
Right. Do me a favor. Go up and go to the roster, the standings. Go to that because I think that our AFC standings are better than the Ravens. I think they have more losses in the conference than us. So I think if we'd had the same thing,
I'll find that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sorry. You talk about the schedule?
No, I'm saying the standings, like, you know, for all the teams, like for each division and all that.
Yeah. Well, again, like we both lost to Cleveland. Man. But yeah, so which really sucks. But we both lost to the Cleveland Browns. Like they're crazy.
Listen, it's division, dude. It's a different animal when you face your own division. It is.
Yeah, and there's a reason Hard Knocks is in season. You know, which by the way, pretty darn good this year.
Dude, I'm so hooked on it. I mean, I very much appreciate all the things they're showing for us. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I'm pretty impressed with it. It's not really trying to dig at something too much, but it definitely is doing that with Cleveland. Because again, Cleveland is just such an anomaly. Because again, they have some really good players on their team. I mean, I'm sorry, Jameis Winston or Deshaun Watson should be good quarterbacks. And they had Amari Cooper. They did. And you have Nick Chubb, who is resurging. And again, on that defense, they have some of the better defensive names. I mean, of course, on Myles Garrett and company, but it's just crazy how they have everything they're supposed to. And Kevin Stefanski is a really good coach. I'm very much impressed with how he coaches, but it's just not ever happening. It's just such a curse in Cleveland. I don't get it. But yeah, so you look at the conference, we have one win more than them. So that should matter in that regard of like, if they should give us the North. If we have the same record, we should have that because we don't have a tiebreaker with us because we won one, they won one. So.
Okay. Yeah, man, this is tight. I mean, we got to win today. I mean, we have to win today.
Listen, so if we win, they lose, we're winning the North. I mean, that's.
Yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing too, man, that kind of irritates me a little bit. Podcast, everybody talks about how great Mike Tomlin is. He's a player's coach. He's a molder of men. He's a phenomenal human being. He's a high character person. I would love to play for Mike Tomlin. And again, I've said it before, the fact that he has Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, and him, I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah.
3 guys there, man, that he mentors both of them. Russell Wilson mentors Justin Fields. I mean, that's an incredible combination there. A lot of character in that room for sure. Russell Wilson's very religious and just a great guy. He put his own wing in UPMC hospital for children with cancer. Just phenomenal people.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields is a good guy too, man. He's just young. But the fact that we haven't won a playoff game since 2016, man, it's like everyone can think Mike Tomlin's the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's fine. But you're not a Steelers fan if you're always talking him up. You're not a fan of the Steelers if you're always talking up Mike Tomlin. Because it gets pretty old when you haven't won a playoff game since 2016. I don't care if the guy, cures cancer. You know what I mean? It's like he can be the greatest guy in the world, man. It does, it doesn't matter. He can accomplish tons of stuff. But what does it mean on the field, man? Like, what does it mean on the field? What's happening on the field? We haven't won a playoff game since 2016. You know what I mean? So, what does it translate to, man? Like, what? It just gets old sometimes hearing people talk him up, and it's like, okay, he's a great coach, I get it, but when are we going to win a playoff game?
Yeah.
And like you said, man, we need to win a home playoff game. We need to be at home. That would help. You know what I mean? But I just don't get it, man. Like I don't get the...
But I don't mean to wrap this. I don't mean to wrap this up, but I think I hear my family coming in, so
all right,
I think we have to wrap her up.
Good.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right, no problem.
But I'm just saying, in the end, you're right. Mike Tomlin, you're right. It just needs to happen. I really hope that they figure this out because, again, you don't want your legacy just to be, winning regular and just being satisfied with it. We need more than that. Come on.
Jerrod, what's your score prediction today?
I'm going to predict that we can win this game, and it can be a score of 24-21 Steelers.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I don't have a score prediction, man, to be honest. I don't even know where to start. I've thought about it. I don't even know where it could go. But, all right, guys. Jerrod, I'll just kick you off. I'll keep talking a little bit. And then,
all right, bud. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, and I hope that you guys have a win in your stockings.
How about it? Let's get the W today. All right, man. See ya.
See you guys.
All right, guys. Went on a little bit of a rant there, but yeah, it's just my greater frustration with the Steelers and all that is, man, that like I said, Mike Tomlin, great character guy. I mean, he could accomplish whatever it is on the field, or off the field. It's great that he is who he is. Molder of men, just a high character guy. He's a player's coach. That's great. And he could accomplish whatever off the field. But when it comes to winning on the field, we haven't won a playoff game since 2016. It's very frustrating. And I'm not questioning Mike Tomlin and his character or what he does. That's you don't even have to say anything about that because he that's the way he is. That's awesome. But why can't we win more than one playoff game since 2016? That's frustrating as a fan. Very frustrating. And I wanted to get Jerrod's thoughts on Penn State, but so just to cover Penn State a little bit here on Christmas Day, we got another transfer wide receiver. So we've gotten 2 transfer wide receivers so far. We signed a bunch of guys in this signing class from high school. So things are going well in terms of that. We need more weapons in the receiver room. I was talking to Brett, I think yesterday, and we said about, him needing more weapons, Drew Aller needing more weapons, and we don't want some guys to leave. From our team because we're getting so many receivers. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a pretty competitive receiver room. So we got two new guys. We got Trey Wallace. We got Liam Clifford. We got guys. We got guys in our receiver room now It's going to be good competition. We may lose some signees to the transfer portal at some point because we got so many guys in there now. But Drew Aller as a quarterback is good, and we're a couple receivers away, I think, from competing. So that's what it's coming down to. We're a couple receivers away from competing. I think our running backs come back. I think they're coming back. I think we're going to get our guys back. I think we're going to have a lot of guys come back. Zakee Wheatley's coming back, which is amazing. Obviously, we're losing usual suspects. Abdul, we're losing him. No, there's no doubt about that. Kevin Winston, we're losing him. He's out. But obviously, those guys are leaving. They're too good. I think Nolan Rucci's gone because he's a senior. But those are the guys that we know are gone. I would love to have Abdul back, but he's just, I mean, he's a freak. He's probably, in terms of his potential, he's probably the best number 11 we've ever seen at Penn State. As great as LeVar was, as great as Micah Parsons was, and that's another thing. We didn't really see Michael too much at Penn State with the COVID year. We didn't see him too much. We could have seen a lot more from him, but kudos and all credit goes to Franklin on someone like Micah Parsons. Man, he made that guy into a football player. He made him better when he was at Penn State, as good as he already was. Micah Parsons probably could have gone to the NFL straight out of high school. That's how good he was. But Franklin really molded him into. He molded him into an NFL man. If that makes sense. He molded him into an NFL player, a Division I player. He made him better, for sure, when he was at Penn State. But I think Abdul's probably the best number 11 we've seen. So he's obviously going to leave. It sucks. I wish he was staying, but he's probably going to be a top 5 pick. If you're a team in the top 5 and you needed you can use a player like him. If you don't take him, you're crazy, because he's going to be just as good, if not better, than Micah Parsons, I think. He's just a freak. He is a just phenomenal athlete. So that's pretty much it for Penn State right now. Again, I think we beat Boise, but what happens when we see Georgia? There was news that Carson Beck is out indefinitely for the season, so that helps us. Do we beat a Georgia team with a backup quarterback? That's the thing. It's still Georgia. But if you're a Penn State fan, man, just think about it. We're looking at a national title appearance right now, which is crazy. We beat SMU convincingly. We can beat Boise State. And we're playing maybe we play Notre Dame, but we're probably looking at a Georgia team with a backup quarterback. I mean, think about that path. We could be in the national championship game. I mean, that's insane. So keep that in mind. But you guys have a Merry Christmas. It's good to be on. It's good to have Jerrod on. Again, wish Brett Merry Christmas in the comments. We will see you guys for pregame sometime this week at some point. The game is Tuesday, so we will see you guys soon. And again, Merry Christmas. Have a good holiday. Have a good New Year. We'll see you before the New Year, but enjoy your Christmas. Enjoy your time with your family. And live it up. See you guys.